Check out this cool shirt I got for Christmas. It's Sanic. Sanic Shadow on Ankles. That's how you pronounce her name. Ankles. Hey guys, this is Spookie Pie, coming right back at you with another YouTube video. As the title implies, I'm going to be discussing some of my Booster Dogs headcanons. And for those of you who follow me on my Tumblr, tis I Spookie Pie, some of these might sound familiar to you because I tend to incorporate my own headcanons into my series on there. Tumblr is totally still a relevant platform to post on in 2025. Come on, we're making this year 2015 all over again. Everyone start using Tumblr again. So I headcanon that Chuya would be a certified Atsushi defender. And I say that because to some extent I have to imagine Chuya is aware of how poorly Dazai treated Akutagawa. So when he sees another young adult in his care, he just wants to make sure another one isn't getting mentally scarred. I know this is probably never gonna happen, but I also have headcanon that Chuya and Kunikita would be really good buddies and bond over their annoyance with Dazai. Conversely, I feel like they would try to come up with plans to get back at Dazai for his shenanigans that he pulls on them, but Dazai would see it coming from a mile away and just immediately screw over their plans, immediately infuriate them even more. For those of you who have seen my series Booster Dog Days, if you know, you know. I have headcanon that Atsushi cuts his own hair, specifically because when he was at the orphanage, I'd imagine he had to do it anyways, unless his bullies were really consistent and cut his hair like that on a timely basis. And conversely, I feel like if he walked into any hair salon in Yokohama, in any hair salon in Japan as a whole, he would just walk in and they'd just be like, I don't know what you want me to do with this, get out, because look at it. I mean, yeah, sure, it's a bunch of straight edges, but to get it that perfect every time? I have a headcanon that Fyodor would break into Russian anytime he does not remember a word in Japanese. And I know we haven't heard Fyodor ever speak Russian. I feel like it would be a cool little thing to throw in there, considering his first language presumably is not Japanese, even in Booster Dogs. But I conversely headcanon that Dazai is multilingual and would speak Russian and would just start replying, and no one would question it. Something about Dazai being multilingual just makes sense to me. I don't know, because it's Dazai. Dazai just has these weird and strange talents, and something about speaking multiple languages just feels Dazai. Okay, so this one is going to be a little bit more on the depressing side, but I also have a headcanon that Dazai's cheery personality is fake. And to a certain extent, for what we've seen in the series, it is fake in that Dazai isn't always like that. He's not always this bubbly, happy-go-lucky person, but I more or less am describing the purpose behind it. I'm considering making another video about my theories about Booster Dogs in which I don't think Dazai is going to make it in the end. That's a completely different other video, but I feel like his cheery personality is going to tie into that because I feel like he has this cheery personality to deter people from assuming that any of his attempts should actually be taken seriously. So when he finally does, no one's going to suspect it because it's just, oh, you know, attempting to off himself, that's just something Dazai does all the time. No, don't question him being sadder than usual. He's just going to be happy-go-lucky the next day. And that sounds really sad and depressing, but I feel like that's kind of what it's going to become. And just to not end this on a completely depressing note, I have a headcanon that Chuya sleepwalks on ceilings, because as we know, with his ability, he can walk on walls, stand on ceilings, what have you. Probably confuse the hell out of his neighbors when they hear stomping on their floor coming from downstairs. I don't know, something about Chuya sleepwalking on ceilings just speaks to me. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I probably will be making other videos like this because I've been here long enough and I have multiple headcanons I could sit here and yap about. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, comment any other kind of videos you would like to see from me, and hope you guys have a good one, and stay spooky, guys.